if we're in a category 2 thing, a tradition, you can never look at it or believe it to be or treat it as if Yah said it when he didn't say it. That's category 1 of traditions. That's all traditions, by the way. There is no, thus said Yahweh, you must pray before you eat, so don't act like Yahweh said it. It's a tradition that's good, though. There's nothing wrong with praying before you eat. Just recognize that it's not a Torah command. So let's not elevate, this is something I have from my background, from the Jewish background. The Jewish side has very much blurred that line, which is part of what Yeshua argued about with them on a regular basis. These are traditions then that we develop. And traditions are great because traditions are ways to enrich the quality and the memory to do the things that you need to do. Shabbat comes, if you have a ritual or a tradition to open Shabbat a certain way, it's a way of focusing your mind on the change from secular time to Kadosh time. So it's great to do a traditional thing that has a ritual that your whole mindset knows we're switching from one to the other. And the same thing at the end for closing Shabbat. You can do that as well. These are not required. What was Hanukkah all about? It was basically a battle over sheep. Some of the sheep wanted to become Greek and Hellenized. Some of them wanted to stay covenanted to Yahweh. The Jews were going in a different direction here. So we're talking about dedication. Are you dedicated to covenant? Are you dedicated to this sort of secular humanism, Greek philosophy, whatever they were going for at the time? Okay? And so you can see there, I'm sure if we read the context here, that all of this has to do with our level of dedication. There's a reason that Hanukkah is in the middle of all this. They did unto him what they do unto the pagan gods. They didn't say this was, Mneves the bull or one of the other pagan bull gods. They said, this is Yahweh. He says, no, you don't do unto me. They make images to their gods, you don't make images to me. They throw children into fire, you don't throw children into fire. Okay, all these things, they drink blood, you don't drink blood. Do not do to me. When we look at Easter, same problem. Oh no, we know that Passover's around them, but we're celebrating the resurrection. And Ishtar has what to do with that? And what does that have to do with an egg-laying rabbit? Okay? We've lost our ability to think rationally. You're watching modern day spin live. Okay, like Christmas and Easter were created way before you ever were born. But you're seeing them now turn it into a fall festival. Okay, you're seeing the total modern day spin being implemented. All these churches say, oh no, we don't do Halloween. We dress up in costumes and everything else and do all that. But on October 31st, but it's our fall festival. All right. So let's talk about the next level of it. What do we deal, now we have to deal with the fact that we live in a world where all this is going on. They don't know. You didn't know. Come on. How many of you really, this is for everybody who could possibly be watching this on the planet, from the moment you were born till now, were never in any of that confusion? Like almost zero, okay? So you were them, basically. Which is what Scripture over and over says. Do not forget that you were in Egypt. You were slaves. You were not always this. Remember where you came from. Let's understand this, okay? It starts off with Amos 3:3. Two cannot walk together unless there is an agreement about how to walk. I'm paraphrasing, okay? For two to walk together. Walk means what? Live life. Okay? If you and I are in an employer-employee thing, we're not going to do well unless we have an agreement on how that works. If you and I are a father and a son, that's not going to work unless we agree on how that's supposed to work. If you and I are married, that's not going to work unless we agree on how that looks. Whatever level of relationship we have, there has to be an agreement. But you also have to think about what you can handle and tolerate. Some people can handle and tolerate it because of their relationship is so good with their spouse, they want to keep that, they'll find a way to tolerate it. Tolerating that while you're not participating, I'm not saying participate, right? But tolerating it while you're not participating. Others will be like, I just couldn't do it. Then don't. But you can't force them. You need to say, look, you're basically saying, I lay before you life and death. I lay before you Christmas or me. Okay? Because if you're going to do that here, I can't do that. That's your choice if that's where you want to go. I'm not telling you to do that. Okay? Be respectful. If you're going to grow into Yeshua-like beings, Yeshua tells us, and we're going to read this when we go back to the teaching again next week. He tells us over and over again how my Father and I are one, and my desire is that you would be one as we are one. What does it mean to be one? They are in agreement on how they walk. Okay? They are in echad agreement about each person's role in the relationship, the expectations, etc. They're in agreement. And he wants us to walk in agreement.